Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. You guys already know what you're doing. Today, this is the Arsenal versus Fulham preview. We're going to be talking about the game. We're going to be getting into some details. There's already some stuff that we need to get through. So we're going to be talking about should Martinelli be starting. We're going to be talking about should Saka or Pépé be starting. Who should be starting today in those positions. We're going to also talk about Mikel Arteta's exclusive interview that he had about Bukayo Saka and Emile Smith Rowe and how they have revolutionized Arsenal with the young core. In addition to Pépé, he should shine at this point. There's no excuses anymore for Pépé. Arteta saying there is no excuses for Pépé, right? So these are just some of the things that we're going to be talking about. Plus, we're also going to be talking about a certain commentator made a remark about Partey, saying Partey should not be. I don't know what he's talking about, but these guys are talking shit about Partey. I don't get why commentators keep talking about Partey. We have bigger issues in this club. But yeah, guys, this is the Arsenal versus Fulham preview. For the next hour and a half, we're going to be talking about everything Arsenal, everything that Fulham versus Arsenal, everything that has to do with transfer news. We're going to get some of you guys on to talk about the game also. But before we get any further, I need you guys to do me a favor, smash a like on the video. If you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're watching, come join us on YouTube, the Kitty G on my channel, EGTV. And you can watch the full video there. I'll only be putting the beginning and the opening intros on Twitter, and I'll be putting the full video on my YouTube channel, so you guys can come check it out there. Hopefully there's timestamps. About only 50% of you guys who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so do me a favor, just hit that subscribe button. It helps me get the information out to you quicker. And you know what? Let's get started. So, you know what? Let me cue that intro. Bang. Yes, people. So what's going on, everybody? So yeah, you guys already know what it is. It's Saturday morning. We just watched that crazy Fulham. Why did I say Fulham? That crazy Newcastle West Ham game. And you know what? I got Tommy here. Tommy's just going crazy. Tommy, what you saying?
What you saying, bruv? Joe Willock, yeah? Joe Willock, bruv.
Yeah, let's talk about Joe Willock. Joe Willock's been causing everyone problems. Newcastle are gonna probably buy him now. Joe Willock has shown that he can ball.
I think this is what you need to do. Like, I think this is what you need to do. You know what Chelsea do? Put players out on loan instead of just letting them in the reserves. And then you get money for them, and then you sell them if they ain't good enough. That's what you need to do, because you want to be a self-sustaining club. I think that's what you should look to go down the road in the future, really.
Yeah, that Newcastle game was fire. I had to start this video late. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did not expect that from Joe. I did not expect anything less from Joe Willock. I actually expected him to score at least 5 goals this season for Newcastle on loan. And I told when they were signing him that they're getting themselves a good player. He just hasn't been. This is not Arsenal level. Is too difficult for him, because at times he's not given enough time. He's not given enough freedom to run into the box, get more involved in the game. And you know what? Now at Newcastle, he has that freedom to get more involved in the game higher up the pitch without having to worry too much about the defensive duties and the passing. And you know what? Newcastle are a team that, if Joe Willock was to sign for them permanently, I could see him scoring a lot of goals and being a problem for a lot of teams.
I think, you know what? I think he should be shout for a bit like loans. Like, I know Lingard's been good, but I think Joe Willock has gone under the radar. How many goals he scored? 3 or 4, hasn't he? I think he's done really well, and I'm glad he has.
To be honest, Joe Willock has what? Let me check. How many goals does Joe Willock have? I think he's on 3 goals this season for Newcastle.
And that's good for them. If you think about how many goals they've scored in the relegation battle, you don't really get that many. So 3 for him in a short amount of time, that's a lot. That's a lot where they are as well. You know what I mean? But I'm proud of the boys today. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm proud of them. I can't really 2-0 down, 10 men, come back, show some fight, and now that Chelsea game looks even more massive now. So I'm just enjoying it, mate. Just enjoying the ride, living the dream in a minute. So can't complain.
Yeah, man. All right, Tommy. Nice speaking to you, man. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you later. Okay. No problem. Peace out, mate. Okay, so yeah, so that was all about Joe Willock in the West Ham game. That was crazy, guys. Did you guys expect this from Joe Willock? I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Did you guys expect Joe Willock to be this impactful for Newcastle this early in his Newcastle time? In 9 games, he's already contributed to 3 goals. I did not expect that. I genuinely did not expect that. But yeah, let's get into the next part of this. What we're gonna have to talk about now is 1 second. Let me just. I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. Now let's talk about this. We're going to be facing Fulham. We're going to need to get into all the details about the Fulham Arsenal game and everything that has to do with the Fulham Arsenal game. So we're going to get into that right now. Let's get this up on the board. So Arsenal versus Fulham, right? The first thing you guys need to know is Arsenal have played Fulham. Arsenal have never lost at home against Fulham in 29 of their previous matches, drawing 5 and winning 24 of them, right? We have Fulham have lost each of their last 6 Premier League meetings against us with conceding a total of 18 goals and them just scoring 3, right? Alexander Lacazette is our highest scorer this season, and he has 13 goals in the Premier League, which is, I think, the most for him since his campaign where he finished in 2017-18 with 14 goals, okay? Mikel Arteta, we have just lost one of our last 42 home games against sides in the relegation zone. That is 39 wins and 2 draws. Interesting. And the referee is going to be Craig Paulson. Now let's get into who's going to be available. So this is the team news. This is the team news for that game. The team news is that we're going to have Kieran Tierney out. David Luiz is going to be out. You're going to have Aubameyang still out possibly, and you're going to have Odegaard possibly still out. They're going to have Lookman, Mawson, McDonald, and Kearney all out, right? And he is the real glue to the team together and the quality. It's not easy for a striker. He's got it. And you know what? Mikel Arteta giving some praises to Lacazette and his performances recently, right? Now that shows under pressure we performed against Slavia Prague last game. That was really good, and I really like that. But there's something that I wanted to get into. There's something specifically that I wanted to get into. Mikel Arteta spoke about in an exclusive interview about the youngsters, and I want to get into that. But before we get into that, let's get into some of your comments. Let's get into some of your comments. What are you guys saying in the comment section? We got Samuel here. We got Abdullah. Sorry, Abdullah, I couldn't add you in. Samuel, I'm not going to add anyone in yet. I'm just going to get to some of these comments. Stand by. Kovacic is clear by Pate. He isn't better than Pate. Kovacic is underrated. I would sell Willock. I agree. I would sell Willock. 20 million for Willock. That would be amazing if we can get 20 million for Willock. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. What else is there? 3 goals. Yep, 3 goals. What else is there? Lacazette is greater than Werner still. Yep, Lacazette is better than Werner. I agree with that right now. Lacazette is better than Werner. Last year, Werner was better than Lacazette over there in the Bundesliga. But yeah, so there's been an exclusive interview with Mikel Arteta where he spoke about Bukayo Saka and Smith Rowe, right? This to me was a big part of this to me was big. What he said in this interview, right? He was talking about how Bukayo Saka and Smith Rowe have revolutionized Arsenal in a way. He's saying this young revolution of players coming in, impacting the games, giving performances week in, week out, showing that they're at the level to play at Arsenal has been stupendous. And you know what? He has also given out another interview talking about Nicolas Pépé. In the Nicolas Pépé one, he says Nicolas Pépé has no excuses. He says now that he has changed his mindset, he feels like Nicolas Pépé has no excuses. He's changed his mindset. It's time for him to get his shit together, right? And now, if he's going to be talking about all these guys, and we also want Martinelli to start, how the hell is he going to get Martinelli, Pepe, Saka, all of them in the same team? You know what? We're gonna have to do our predicted teams, and for that predicted teams, I'm gonna have the guys in. So Samuel's in the house. We got CK in the house. What's good, guys?
You good? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm getting playback. So can you guys just mute? It's you, CK. I'm getting playback from you. If you can just mute whatever you got playing in the background, that'd be great. Now let's get started, guys. So we're gonna go from the back to the front. We're gonna start with the goal. We already know who's gonna be in goal. Pretty much every week we know who's gonna be in goal because we only play that one goalkeeper. We don't play more than one goalkeeper, right? So Leno's most likely going to be in goal. But the question is, who's going to start next to Leno? In front of him, I mean.
I'm gonna say Rob Holding. Rob Holding's gonna play. So if you could put, Miguel, I think we will be proved wrong. Pablo Mari, yeah, is a solid player. Literally, every game he's played, he hasn't put a foot wrong. That's how good he's been. So I'm holding a Mari at the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get people in the comment section. Do me a favor. Tell me who you guys want in your team. I'm gonna get started with this. 1 second. Let me just bring this up. So we got, first things first, we got Leno. Okay. So Leno's in. After Leno, I'm gonna put in. 1 second. Yo, bro, I'm getting too much feedback. CK, I don't know what's going on. Just jump out, jump back in. Just jump out, jump back in. And then, yeah. The link is in the chat if anyone wants to jump in. So, yeah, Samuel, you're still there. Now, First things first. So, we're going to do our predicted lineup. This is the formation. I'm going to go with 4-2-3-1. So, I need you guys to do your lineups. So, this is my team, okay? So, I'm going to have Leno. I'm going to have right back. Chambers is my starting right back in the European Cup. So, I'm putting Bellerin in. Just because we need, he needs game time.
Are we going to touch on that Bellerin news today, or?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it in a bit. You know what? You want to talk about it now?
Yeah, I might as well.
Let's just wait.
Okay, cool.
Let's just wait. We're going to do our lineups. We're going to do the lineups. So I'm going to go Rob Holding. I'm going to go Gabriel because I want Gabriel to get game time, right? And then I'm going to go Cedric. So this is my team, and then you can do your team after.
Right. What's this website called?
1 second.
You can do
Saka.
Shall I remove Leno off?
Yeah, you can do whatever you got to do. Remove Leno for me.
There you go. Man's in a hurry to sell Bellerin. Says Dizzy in the comments.
What?
Dizzy says man's in a hurry to sell Bellerin.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so this is the team that I've gone with. If you guys can see it. I don't know if I should rest Saka or play him, or if Lacazette should start again. I don't know, but it's a weird team. I'm trying to squeeze all of these guys in the same team.
Is Odegaard fit now? Is there any news on that? Like, is he going to be fit for this game?
I feel like Lacazette has to start, right?
You know why? Because there's no game on next Thursday, so we've got 1 week's rest. So
is Saka going to get rested?
I don't think so, because we've got no midweek games, though. That's the thing. We don't play midweek.
Martinelli has to play. Pepe has to play.
So you put Pepe on the right. Yeah, I think Saka's going to be rested. Pepe on the right. Thomas Partey. Do you think Thomas Partey is going to play, though?
Do you think Lacazette could get rested? Let's see what the people in the chat are saying. Guys in the chat, what are you guys saying? Okay, so there's some people saying, Assalamu alaikum, what's up, bro? Rob Holding, Pablo Mari. I hear that. Saka, Mari, Holding, Chambers. Yeah, I think that's one of our strongest teams that we could play. I say Mari, Holding is our best partnership, better than Gabriel. Interesting.
You know what, Igal? I want to say, but Xhaka's going to be left back and it's going to play Elneny in field.
No, he's not going to change the whole midfield. I feel like he's going to go with Saka and Ceballos, especially after what they put out on Twitter. Okay, let's go look at this team. So you got Leno, Chambers, Holding, Mari, Saka, Ceballos, Partey, Smith Rowe, Pepe, Martinelli, Lacazette. You know what? I could see that. I could see that happening. Who does he have as the right back?
He has Chambers. Chambers right back.
I could see that. Where is it? Where's Partey? Here's Partey. Okay. So he has Chambers as right back. Does anyone think Bellerin's going to get game time before the end of the season?
I think he will one game. So do you remember there's games in between the Europa League semis? I think it's between those games he's going to get playing time.
I think the only reason he's going to play is because Tierney's injured. That's the
Yeah, but
only reason.
like, you're not gonna play Bellerin at left back though.
No,
So
I mean like the only reason he's gonna play right back is because
Okay.
Chambers will have to.
Partey, Martinelli on the left. Odegaard if he's fit. Odegaard not fit, so Odegaard is not going to be playing. I don't think. Chambers holding Gabriel, Partey, Saka, Ceballos, Smith Rowe, Pepe, Saka, Laka. Okay, so Dizzy's team is slightly different. He just has Saka in instead of Pepe. So it's pretty much the same team. It's just Saka instead of Pepe. Interesting. What are you guys going with?
okay,
What's
I'll
your team,
check off my
Samuel?
lineup first. Okay,
Yeah, what's your team?
so I'll keep Leno in goal. I'll play Cedric at right back. So instead of Chambers, it'll be Cedric. Xhaka will remain at left back. I think Pablo Mari instead of Gabriel. Is he there?
Yeah, he's right here.
So the midfield, I think Elneny and Partey in midfield. That's what it's gonna be. This is not mine. I think this is what's gonna be the selection tomorrow. And I think Martinelli on the left instead, because Saka played for 90 minutes. So yeah, I think this is the team we'll go with tomorrow. So Leno, Cedric at right back, Holding and Mari at defense, Xhaka at left back. Two midfielders is Elneny and Partey. Smith Rowe at 10, Pepe on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Lacazette up top.
Interesting. Okay, we got another team here. This guy's my guy here has Matt Ryan, Cedric, Chambers, Mari, Holding, Thomas, Partey, Xhaka, Smith Rowe, Pepe, Lacazette, Nelson or Willian. Interesting shouts. Very different team right there. Very different team.
Why Matt Ryan? Like, that's
say it again.
Matt Ryan. I mean, there's no we don't need to rest Leno for anything. So I don't see Matt Ryan playing for the rest of the season.
I don't see it either. But of course, that's his team. So we respect his opinion, and I just put it up as a comment. He put up the comment. That's his thoughts. Everyone else, let me know what you think of Samuel's team right here. CK, what players are you changing in this team?
Maybe, in fact, nothing. Probably.
You're keeping the exact same team as Samuel.
Maybe Gabriel and Chambers instead of Mari Holding, but that would even be a big change. Maybe that's the only.
Sorry, will you say it again?
Gabriel and Chambers instead of Mari and Holding.
Okay, so that's it. That's the only changes you'd make.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, enough said, guys. Enough said. All right, man. Yo, CK, send that link to your friend. You said you're gonna get him on. Send that link over. All right. So, yo, people on YouTube, people on Facebook, do me a favor. Join us on YouTube. You can watch the full video there. We're gonna be closing the video down on Facebook. The rest of the video will be continuing on the YouTube channel. Now let's talk about Hector. Let's talk about Hector Bellerin, guys. Let's talk about Hector Bellerin. If you guys haven't already heard, there's a story about Hector Bellerin that he will be sold, right? And Fabrizio Romano has come out with some reports that Hector Bellerin will be the next one on the chopping block, and this makes sense. This makes sense that Hector Bellerin is going to be sold. But do you think it will happen as easy as we think it will? Because how much do you think we can get for him? What's going to happen? How is it going to work out? Because everyone knows Hector Bellerin is a good player, yeah, on his day. It's just those days don't come too often.
Yeah, I'm going to go first. You know, I haven't been the biggest Bellerin fan, but I think this makes me a little bit more happier because some fans want him to stay. But if you want to progress, we've got to get rid of players like him because how can he lose your pace at 25 years old? I know he's had his injuries, but Chambers has come back from an ACL injury and has been far quicker and far better than Bellerin has ever been in the last year. Callum Chambers has been immense. So, and there's been rumors about Hakimi, but I don't really see that. He's come out in an interview with Fabrizio Romano saying that he wants to stay at Inter and fight for his place. But I think there is a lot of suitors because if PSG is interested and he's for 20 million, 25 million, I think more clubs other than PSG will have interest in Bellerin.
Yeah,
easy.
so it's it's been reported by numerous sources that Fabrizio Romano has even said verbatim that he will be leaving. He will be leaving Arsenal Football Club this summer, and Hakimi is one of the targets. So Achraf Hakimi, I'm planning my future with Inter. I hope to stay long term. I'm happy here, but Arsenal will still sign a new right back, but never opened official talks with Hakimi as of today. Lampetit is not on the top of the list, but Bellerin is going to leave the club.
So you go, does that mean Max Aarons is top of the list then? Who knows who's top of the list now? Because
I generally believe that currently they're looking in the South American market, and they're not looking to sign a right back from the English Premier League.
You remember that South American right back I told you in building Arsenal 11? It cost like 10 mil from like River Plate.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? I think it's gonna be him. I think he's top the number one on our list because there was rumors in January that we might get him. So I forgot what his name was, but we had him in our Arsenal rebuild 11. So I think it's that guy. If I can find his name.
So?
Yeah.
Some people don't like the fact that we're going after South American players, but yeah, Hector Bellerin, guys. Thoughts on Hector Bellerin leaving the club? Are you guys gonna miss him? Are you guys gonna be upset? Anyone's gonna lose sleep over Hector Bellerin possibly leaving the club? Guys, give me your thoughts. And you know what? While we're here, everyone in the comment section, give me 5 possible replacements for Hector Bellerin. Go. I'll give you that task. I want 5 possible replacements for Hector Bellerin in the chat right now. Everyone give me 5 of your replacements. And if you can't think of 5 at the same time, just put 1 in and then keep going until you get to 5.
Yeah, I found the guy that I think is going to be is Gonzalo Montiel. So he's a right back. He's 24 years of age.
Bellerin is better than Max Aarons. Interesting.
Relax. But yeah, but the person I think is top of the list, we had it on our Arsenal Future 11. Gonzalo Montiel, right back from River Plate, Argentinian, is 24 years old and his current market value is valued at £12 million.
Interesting.
And his contract expires next year, so I think we can get him on a cheap price. So I think this is the guy we're gonna go for. I gotta do more research on the guy, but I think that's our target.
Usually when there's stuff like this, people ask questions, but no one really. Everyone's saying Max Aarons is the guy now. He could be Max Aarons. Could be the guy.
The thing is, Montiel, we've got to do our research because no one watches South American football, so we don't know what this guy's about. But I think Edu runs a market. He's more aware in South America in elections. So I think it's going to be him.
Okay, so 5 possible replacements better than Hector Bellerin. Anyone is better than Hector Bellerin. My left butt cheek is better than Hector Bellerin. Trunks is better than Hector Bellerin. Anyone is better. Just anyone else. Okay. Dizzy definitely does not like him. Montalia is fast. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Live game, yes, question mark. Victor Moses, Max Aarons, Danny Simpson, Nathaniel Klein.
No, this guy's joking. It's a joke. If it's Danny Simpson,
it will be Hakimi. We're gonna go after Hakimi, I think.
No, I don't really see it. I see Montiel or Max Aarons. That's our top 2 targets.
They wouldn't satisfy what I think Arteta's trying to do with the right back and left back.
The thing is, Hakimi's been playing right mid throughout the whole season. He's a right wing back. Right back's not his natural position. Bellerin is kind of like a right wing back. Okay, he can't really.
He used to play right back and left back. He used to play right back and left back for Dortmund. Arguably, his best game for Dortmund was left back.
Who?
Hakimi.
He was left back, but he's right mid, right wing back. That's who's playing at Inter. I don't think he's suited to the one-on-one defending in the Premier League. That's why I think Montiel and Aarons, they're actual natural right backs who can cover the pace.
He's better than both of them.
But Max Aarons has interest in Bayern Munich, already top close. But I think he wants to come to Arsenal if you meet the right valuation, which is £30 million. Would he take 30 more for Max Aarons straight away, Gal?
I would pay 20 to 25. I wouldn't. The extra 5 million, I would be willing to pay it only if I knew that his contract was not ridiculous. Like he wasn't getting like 125 or 130.
Yeah, so
he needs to be getting a cheap contract if we're gonna pay that kind of money for him.
I think I want to do more research on Montiel, see what this guy's about. Actually, I want to check.
What about Ainsley Maitland now? Still could come good.
He doesn't want to play there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's more of a midfielder. That's why I think we're going to get £20 million out of him this summer. So out of midfielder. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, people, the link is in the chat. If you want to jump on, Dizzy, I see you. You might as well just jump on if you're gonna be in the chat the whole time. And where is everybody at? Where's everyone at? Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this actual game. So we know Fulham. We know what's up with Fulham. We know how they play. We know that Scott Parker and these boys, they're a very aggressive team in the way that they play and the way that they attack. Even though they're not the most technically skilled team, they still attack a lot more than other teams, right? And over the last 5 games, you can see that they've been struggling, and we've beaten Fulham every time that we played them in the last 6 games. And Fulham have been struggling. They've had their tough routes. They've had their tough roads over the past couple of games. Just to give you a couple of the games, they lost to Wolves. They lost to Villa 3-1. They lost to Leeds 2-1. They lost to Man City 3-0. They beat Liverpool 1-0, and they lost to Tottenham 1-0. So in their last 6 games, they won 1 game, and that game was against Liverpool. Now, on the other hand, Arsenal, we beat Slavia Prague. We beat Sheffield United. We drew against Slavia Prague. We lost to Liverpool convincingly, 3-0. We drew against West Ham, and we beat Olympiacos. We lost against Olympiacos 1-0. So we haven't been on the best of run ourselves, but we're a much stronger team, much better players. No real competition when it comes to their talent. What do you guys thinking the score is going to be?
2-1. I think it's going to be like maybe a close game maybe a close game. 2-1.
You're going with 2-1? People in the chat, what are you guys going with? And Samuel?
I'm going to go Arsenal 3, Fulham 1.
Arsenal 3, Fulham 1.
Yep. So is this what I predict? Is this the who scored predicted scores as well? What they predict for the score?
Yeah, let's see who scores predictions. They predict us to go 2-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going for a 2-0. What?
Do you know if they have any injuries left?
Yeah, they do have some injuries. They have a decent amount of injuries. They got Tom, Kenny, Tracy, Lookman, and the man, you know.
Maybe 3-1. Maybe 3-1.
What?
Maybe 3-1.
Maybe 3-1.
Lookman will be a big miss for them. Yeah,
Lookman's gonna be massive. Literally, I didn't realize Lookman was injured until now. Like, I thought Lookman was healthy. That's why I put him in the art for the thumbnail. I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was healthy, but he is injured. That's crazy.
4-1. He says 2-0, then it said nah, F it, 4-1.
This is what it says. It says Scott Parker will have influensive winger Lookman available. Hopes to have him available after he missed out on the Wolves game, so he hopes to have Lookman available. Lamar and Augustine remain locked in the midfield, right? As they've been really good. And then this next gentleman here, since he's signed, he's been injured, but now out for the remainder of the campaign. Wow, that sucks. That sucks. Unfortunately, they got their injury problems. Like, I know we have injury problems, but they have much worse injury problems. Yo, Abdullah, what are you saying?
You're right, man. What's going on?
Chilling. Yo, you're more focused on your game, aren't you? You're not really worried about today's.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm not too focused on that because we're gonna get smart playing Tinder anyway. So it's.
You guys think you're just gonna lose?
Well, Chelsea. Yeah. This is the best team in Europe. Come on, man. No, I'm joking. But if I'm being serious, I think we've got a chance. It's not impossible. We can beat them, but they can beat us as well. But yeah, that's not important. Man's come on here because I need to tell you that I think this could be a draw. Just because Fulham need to win, because Newcastle won today, and despite that being a good result for us, it's also a bad result for them in the relegation fight. So I think Fulham they won't have enough to win, but they might nick a draw just because they need something. They need as many points as they can get, otherwise they're going down.
You know, when teams need to sometimes lose the game, you know that can happen.
I know.
You don't automatically draw.
I know, but I remember a few years ago when we went, what was it? We were chasing top 4 and Huddersfield they needed a point to confirm their place in the Prem that season. They got a 1-1 with us, and then Newcastle spanked us the week after. But yeah,
so that's a different situation now. Each club has a different situation. Chelsea, okay, they weren't at the game. We could be at it. You just don't know. You just can't base it off that. You gotta base it off the now and base it off the game. Each individual game is different to each other. That's why you can't compare.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that Fulham are gonna come over and turn up and spank you. I'm just saying that they need this more than you do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm. You needed the European League final more than me, and you spanked us. So
Norwich just got promotion.
The back.
Norwich has just got promoted.
Man, so like Cantman, Buendia.
So do you think that will affect any of the value of our players? Do you think they want to hold on to the assets? Do you think they want to hold on to the assets more now?
Yeah, no, I don't think they're selling. I don't think they're selling any of their players. But guys, I'm just gonna take you guys out. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna do a Q&A for the rest of the video. I'll talk to you guys later.
I'll see you. We see you.
In a bit. Take care.
Okay, yes. So people, the link is in the chat. If you want to come on individually, one-on-one, you can ask a question. But for now, let's get this show on the road. First things first. Let's talk about Arsenal. What's going on with Arsenal, right? So we're gonna type in Arsenal in the Google search. And we're just gonna find stories, and we're gonna look at them, and we're gonna see if they're fake or real, right? So I know transfer stories. We see transfer stories every single day. And okay, so Nicholas Benter charged with 7 years. 7 driving offenses. Why do we care? Okay, man's driving drunk. What's wrong with him? Next, you got Nicolas Pepe warned, no excuses, left at Arsenal. Interesting. Fabrizio Romano. Interesting. Fabrizio Romano. Interesting. Look at this. So how do Nicolas Pepe's stats compare to his first season at Arsenal? This right here, this is interesting to me, right? So let's see how his stats compare to his first season, right? His first season, he had 42 games. He started 29, 13 sub appearances, had 8 goals, 10 assists, scored 2 penalties, right? That was his first season. Now, do you think it's more or less this season? More or less, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's definitely more. So let's see. So yeah. So he has 39 games, 24 starts, 15 sub appearances, 10 goals, 5 assists. He's already oh no, he's not surpassed. He surpassed his goal total. It's his assists. His assists are like half of it. Yeah, his assists are half of what he had last season. His assists are nowhere near what he had last season. What are you guys saying? Can I come on now? I have some lunch. And what? I got questions though. 30 million Lacazette. Would you take it? Yeah, I would take 30 million for Lacazette. But who's gonna buy Lacazette? That's the question. Lacazette. We're not really getting any links for anyone to buy Lacazette. Some blow away with big things at Hill and want him fast-tracked. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Does anyone know who this is? Quick test to see who knows who this is. Let's see if you guys know who this is. No? No one knows? Put the name in the chat if you guys know who it is. Well, yeah. So Arsenal's Omar Hutchinson in the under 18s did a good job, and people want him fast-tracked. Hutchinson scored in 26 minutes from 20-yard out strike. Interesting. Okay, this one got me pissed off. Commentator claims Arsenal's player is the worst signing of the season, and it's not Willian. They're trying to say Partey was the worst signing of the season. Are they dumb? Yeah, you guys got it. Omar Hutchinson. Yeah, I know my Ghanaians, brothers. Shut up. Only speak facts. Kovacic is one of the best box-to-box mids in the Premier League. Okay, Omar Hutchinson. He played very well against West Ham in the under 18s yesterday. He did. But yeah, so this guy here, This commentator called Thomas Partey one of the biggest flops in the Premier League. Ian Dark. Ian Drake. Is it Dark? Yeah, it's Ian Dark. Ian Dark called, he said, Thomas Partey has been ripping up too many trees at Arsenal. Not yet 45 million. Yes, he's right. Well, Thomas Partey hasn't even been the worst signing at Arsenal, if we're honest. Yes, Willian has enjoyed an upturn in form. Okay. But Thomas Partey is probably will go down as a big star in North London. It's difficult to see how Willian is going to prove himself as a good investment. Okay, so this headline is very misleading. So what he's saying is he felt like Thomas Partey has not been performing at the level that he thinks he should be performing, but at the same time he thinks Willian is going to be the bigger flop. But he says that if you're going to say biggest flop, you have to say that Thomas Partey has been a bigger flop in his opinion. And you know what? I think that's absolutely ridiculous to call Thomas Partey a flop when he's been outstanding. When he's been outstanding when he's healthy. It's just when he's injured, he's having a difficult time. He's had an absolutely difficult time. Now this right here made me happy. This right here made me happy. If you guys haven't already heard this story, oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good story, you know. So let me read it out to you guys. Right? It's made me proud, Arteta says when telling Sky Sports. Arsenal manager reflects on Emile Smith Rowe double nutmeg, the build-up of the opening goal against Slavia Prague. He could just as easily been thinking about Bukayo Saka's finish in the third for the third goal and the driving run that won us the penalty, right? Also, Arsenal is set up a Europa League semi-final against Unai Emery's Villarreal, the most empathetic style possible. They did it with the youngsters leading the charge. No wonder Arteta is smiling, right? Arteta also says, I love to work with young players and give them the opportunity, but it is not only that he adds a collective aspect to the game, how we play together and how we enjoy our playing style, right? When you see it in the goal, and we've scored recently, it is powerful because that's why we're here. We're entertaining. We're making our fans proud to win football matches. And you know, when you do all these three things, it's good, and that's as good as it gets, right? And he also spoke a little bit more about the Fulham game and how he sees Smith Rowe and Saka as exciting players for the future, and that he's very happy that they've been playing well. And this whole thing has been about them. And then also he gets into Gabriel Martinelli. He talks about Balogun and how he has some other young players. And we talk about how Arsenal have actually, when you look at the average age, look at where Arsenal is on the average age chart. This is average age starting 11 in the Premier League. So you have Aston Villa, Fulham. Let me make this bigger for you guys. Can you guys see that? Average age in the Premier League. This is amazing. Average age in the Premier League. Starting 11, 2020, 2021. So you have Villa, Fulham, Brighton, Man United, Arsenal. Then Chelsea, Leeds, everybody else, all the way down here. If you look, Tottenham are like down here. Crystal Palace are average age like 30 almost. Burnley, same thing. West Ham, same thing. Newcastle, Tottenham, and then Arsenal's all the way up here. We are the 5th youngest club with average age for players. Right? The intelligence and the elevation of Bukayo Saka has just absolutely taken the club by storm. Everyone loves it in the club. Everyone loves him. And you know what? This guy, we all love him. Bukayo Saka, keep doing your thing, man. And you can never say he's been overhyped because he's putting up numbers at the likes of Ansu Fati level. And he's just his utter versatility is ridiculous. Look at all the positions he's played in, right? Look at all the positions he's played in this season. He's played all over the pitch. He's played all over the pitch, literally everywhere you can think of. He's played. It's nuts. It's nuts how many positions he's played, right? And then why do we have to wait for Gabriel Martinelli to play? Why do we have to wait? Why do we have to have a level of patience for Gabriel Martinelli? Why? You know why we have to have a level of patience for Gabriel Martinelli? Because Gabriel Martinelli is a player who's had injury problems. He's a player who's come in and out of the team consistently. And you know what? I would be happy if Gabriel Martinelli gets a lot of game time next season, if it meant that this season was a sacrifice for the next season, right? But I want to see him now. Everyone wants instant gratification, so it makes sense. Igel, bro, how would you line up our three attackers with Martinelli, Bellerin, Saka, Smith Rowe? I would take Aubameyang out of that team. It would be Martinelli on the left, Bellerin as striker, Saka on the right, Smith Rowe in the 10. That works for the future. But right now, that could only work in cup games. We cannot do that in the Premier League. We need experienced heads in and amongst the team to drive the team forward. You can't depend on 4 youngsters in a team, a full 11. It's very difficult. Arsenal have the youngest squad in the Premier League. No, we don't have the youngest squad. We have one of the youngest squads. There's 5 squads younger than us: Manchester United, Brighton, Fulham, and Aston Villa. Those are the teams who have younger squads than us. Okay. Now moving on to Gabriel Martinelli. Arteta, I feel Saka has come a long way in the 18 months and says the same thing about Smith Rowe. But Martinelli, however, has had to be more patient. The Brazilian was stalled with knee injuries last season, despite making an eye-catching impact after returning from injury in December. The 19-year-old's absence was perplexed some supporters when the senior players underperform, and Arteta hopes the period out and sides with them. And basically, he will come back and he will have an impact when a lot of these things were working. Okay, so right now he is he needs time, and is so willing and so anxious that I can block his development sometimes as well. Okay, so Arteta admits that Martinelli has been anxious to play, and he feels like at times he's almost blocking his development, and he should be giving him more game time. He's admitting that it's his own decisions that has stopped him. And sometimes I understand my decisions are only reasons I make my decisions to help him. But so when it gets to the chance to sprint, he can sprint, and he falls, he goes again. So he's just showing his determination, his energy. He has the can-do attitude. When he sprints, he goes. If he falls, he gets up, brushes himself off, goes again and again and again. And Gabriel Martinelli is just one of those players, and Arteta understands that, and he understands that he has a player who's willing to play through injury, willing to do more for the team. He discusses how he has a great mentality. He says it right here. He has a great mentality. Great maturity also to his game, right? And Gabriel, these are all the great things that we're hearing from our players, but we need to see it on the pitch. Unfortunately, we haven't seen it from Martinelli on the pitch in a while. Hopefully, he can get more game time. Bukayo Saka has been injured, has injury problems also. I hear that. Man says Phil Jones can play in 3 positions also. Get out of here with Phil Jones, man. Get out of here with the Phil Jones stuff. But yeah, honestly, guys, all together, it sounds great. But what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Right? Now, there is one more thing that I want to get onto. There is one more thing I wanted to get onto, and I'm going to get onto that right now as I find the article. But in the meanwhile, I need you guys to tell me what's been going on in the Arsenal world. There's been a couple things going on. Obviously, we know about Joe Willock's goal. We've mentioned that already. We've spoken about Hector Bellerin. Mentioned that already. We've spoken about Hector Bellerin's possible replacement. Spoken about that already. Who is gonna win? We'll figure that out when it comes to that. But let's look at some of these training photos. Let's look at some of these training photos. What can we find out from looking at training photos? These guys don't look serious at times, honestly. They look so happy for a team that's currently sitting ninth. They're always so happy. They do, right? They just always look so happy. It's good to see Balogun training with the first team. That tells me if Balogun's training with the first team, that shows me that they're ready. They're getting ready. I think these guys are gonna whoop. I think they're gonna whoop Fulham's ass. I think Fulham's not gonna know what hit them. Honestly, I don't know what you guys, but I think Fulham's not gonna know what hit them. You guys are having your own party, aren't you? You guys are having your own party. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a question to you guys. Who's going to be your? Are you gonna play your best team against Fulham, or are you gonna play a rotated side, heavily rotated side? What should we do? Have you ever predicted Arsenal to lose? I have predicted us to lose. I think a couple times this season, yeah. I predicted us to lose against Chelsea, and we ended up winning. So that I predicted us to lose then. Best team, we have a week off. So do you guys think we should play our best team? Genuinely. I don't think we should play our best team, you know. I genuinely feel like we can play a heavily rotated side and we can still win this game. I think we could. We don't need to play our best 11. We don't need to play the best players on the pitch. We don't need to have the most enthusiastic team out there. We can still do a good job with or without them. Yeah, sorry for your loss, my friend Paul. Sorry about that, man. Honestly, condolences. Besides ultimate, what is he guys talking about? Best team, EGA. We have no European games. Interesting. So we have a week off from European games. So okay, so since you guys want to, let me ask you guys in the comment section, what's your team? Because I did my team, but what's your team in the comment section? So who's your goalkeeper, first of all? Let's just do this because, okay, so who's your goalkeeper? What's your team, ladies and gentlemen? Who's the goalkeeper? Why? Okay. So the first comment said Matt Ryan. Do you guys really want Matt Ryan? So this is the subscribers 11. You guys really want Matt Ryan? Interesting. Dizzy, do you want Matt Ryan? Just in goal. I'm pretty sure you said you didn't want Matt Ryan in goal. You wanted Leno. Majority of you guys said earlier you wanted Leno in the team. Now you guys somehow want Matt Ryan. Interesting. Okay. So if we're going to go with Matt Ryan, you serious? You want Matt Ryan? I think Leno's going to play. I don't think there's a case for Matt Ryan to play in this game. I'm sorry. Nah, put Leno in there. Okay. So 2 people have said Leno. 1 person said Matt Ryan. Okay. You have a shocking midfield. Yeah, and you do too. Now let's go to right back. Who's going to start at right back? So you have Chambers, Bellerin, Cedric. Who you guys starting? Who's starting at right back? Another one says Leno. Who's starting at right back, people? People, who's starting at right back? Say it again. Okay, so everyone's saying Chambers. So I think we might have to go with Chambers. So you guys are saying Chambers. Someone says Chambers is wank. So it looks like Chambers is gonna get in. So Chambers is gonna get in. Chambers is in the team. Chambers is in the team. Okay, so Chambers is in the team. So that is Colin Chambers. Now, who's going to be our left back? If Chambers is going to be the right back, who's going to be left back? Who's going to be your left back, people? One person says Bellerin. I don't know if Bellerin's going to get game time. Chambers is the best right back we have at Arsenal. Interesting. Twitter is toxic. Yes, it is. Someone says Saka. Someone says Joel Lopez. You know what? If we're going to give Joel Lopez a game, this is probably the game. Saka, Cedric. Okay, so I'm getting a mixture. Another one says Saka. Okay, so it looks like you guys all want Saka at left back. So Shaka's going to play left back. Unless a bunch of Cedrics start coming in at this point. Okay. To be fair enough. Saka. Okay. Now moving on to center back pairing. Who's going to be the right center back? Most likely is going to be Rob Holding. Am I right, people? Most likely it's going to be Rob Holding. Am I wrong? People agree? Rob Holding? Yeah, Rob Holding. Okay. So Lookman is going to feast on Saka. Lookman might not be healthy. Okay, so the first shout is Rob Holding and Mari. Do you guys agree with Rob Holding and Mari? If anyone disagrees, let me know right now. Rob Holding and Mari. He said Cedric, actually. Interesting. You want Cedric as left back. Holding and Mari. That's a second vote for Holding and Mari. Okay? Second vote for Holding and Mari. Who else? What else are we doing, guys? Holding and Mari. No, that's it. Where's Gabriel? Gabriel has not been featuring as much. Holding is on the right, and Gabriel is the left-sided center back. So he has been replaced with Pablo Mari, and Pablo Mari had a stupendous performance against Slavia Prague in that last game with the balls that he was pinging into the attacking areas. Mari and Holding. Arteta might play Gabriel though. Time for Mari and Gabriel. We're gonna try them. We gotta try them. Interesting. Gabriel and Mari. You know what? Majority of you guys are going with Mari. So Mari stamped. Is it Gabriel? Do you guys really think Gabriel and Mari would play together? Change it up. Play Mari and Gabriel. Interesting. Okay. We'll leave it for now. Moving on to midfield. Who's playing the midfield? Now that Xhaka's there, is it safe to say it's going to be Dani Ceballos and Pate? Is it safe to say this is going to be the midfield? It be based on who we have available. Is it safe to say that's going to be the midfield? Pate and Mr. Bean. Who's Mr. Bean? Actually, Miguel Aziz. I don't think Aziz is going to get game time in this game, man. I'm sorry. I genuinely don't think Miguel Aziz is going to get game time in this game. Sorry. And yeah, people watching on Facebook, do me a favor. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel on YouTube, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. The link is in the actual description. Pate and Ceballos, yeah. So most likely it's going to be Pate and Ceballos. We're going to keep it moving. Dani Ceballos and Pate. Dani Ceballos and Pate. Skill says Mohamed El Pirlo. but no, it's not Mohamed El Pirlo for this game. I don't think Mohamed El Pirlo is going to play this game. Honestly, I just don't see it. We got my guy saying Saka in CM. Saka playing box to box, Partey playing DM. Get out of here, man. Samuel, you're just taking the mic, as it said. Okay, guys, time to do some madness. Okay, here we go. So this is what someone suggested earlier. Somebody suggested this earlier. Somebody suggested this earlier, and I thought it was crazy. That is unrealistic. Bellerin is not going to play in this game. So who's going to play as striker? It's going to probably be Lacazette or Martinelli. Most likely Lacazette, especially after getting a brace against Slavia Prague. So Lacazette's probably going to start. Who's going to start in the front four? Who's going to be in the front four? First, on the right wing. Is it going to be Pepe or is it going to be Saka? That's the question I have to ask you guys. Pepe or Saka? Who's the right wing? Pepe or Saka? Pepe or Saka, people? Who plays on the right? Just give me one. Pepe or Saka? First person says Saka. Okay. Put Pepe on the other wing. Interesting. And mate, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel on YouTube, come check me out on YouTube also, man. EGTV. Iga, are you on Telegram? Instagram? Yeah, I am on Instagram. The link is there. Skills says Pepe, Saka, Pepe, Saka, my FBL team. Pepe, Pepe, Pepe. I'm getting a lot of Pepes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave Pepe on that side. We're going to leave Pepe on the right. Smith Rowe has to play in the 10 because there's nobody else, right? Smith Rowe has to play in the 10 because Saka is not going to play in the 10. Now, who's going to play on the left-hand side? Is it going to be Martinelli or is it going to be Saka? Who's going to play? Sorry, guys. Who's going to play on the left wing? Saka or Martinelli? Gabby or Saka? Gabriel Martinelli or Saka on the left wing? Who's going to play, guys? Let me know. Someone says Martinelli. Martinelli, get him some run. Man says Saka. Hey, buddy. Denzel, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel on YouTube, check us out on YouTube also. Right? You're not going to get all the content on Facebook. Saka, once again, for my FPL team. Pepe, Saka is cam. Martinelli left wing. Bellerin is striker. Interesting. I would try 4-3-3 and put Odegaard and Smith Rowe either side of Partey and Martinelli. Interesting. Oh, that's good. All right. Next, Saka did play in the 10 against Sheffield United. That is true. You have to go safe, bro. All right, later, man. Later, Samuel. Definitely not Saka. It would be Martinelli and Pepe. Who's YU? Yo, what's up, man? Okay. Got stage fright. Moving on. I would love to get Sharky on. I don't know if I would be able to, though. I'll message him. Next, what do we got next? So it is between Martinelli or Saka. People, are you playing Saka in the 10 and taking Smith Rowe out? Okay, how about that? How's that team? How does that team look, people? How does that team look? How did that team look, ladies and gentlemen? Did you like that? Did you think that was good? Huh? Denzel, if you go on YouTube, the link is already in the video on YouTube. But if you want, I can put it in the chat. 1 second. Let's check. So guys, what do you think about this? Are you okay with that? You like that? Do you think that works for you? That's the link to come on if you want to jump on. It's right there. Like a blood clot striker, Ramadan Kareem. Thank you, Imran. Interesting. You got another comment here. It says, yeah, Smith Rowe gets injured every 2 games as well. It doesn't need to play unnecessary games. Yeah, that makes sense. So, okay, so fair enough. From the Pelican striker, fair enough part for the Pelican striker. Like a Pepe on the left, Saka on the right, Smith Rowe on the cam, Lacazette or Martinelli a striker. Interesting. You rest Lacazette, actually play Martinelli a striker. I think Lacazette is going to guarantee start. I think because of his run of form and getting his 2 goals, he's going to start no matter what. I think Pepe is going to start no matter what. I think the person to be dropped is between Smith Rowe or Martinelli. That is the person I think is going to be dropped. I think how it's going to go. I don't think it's going to be a situation where everyone's going to play. Okay, but yeah, that is that. Now, if you wanted to jump on, Denzel, the link is right there. The link is right there. If you want to jump on, just letting you know. Anyone who wants to jump on, say your piece right now and forever hold it. But yeah, that's that. Now, moving on to the next part. We've done the Hector Bellerin thing. We've done all that. We've done the injury thing. Let's move to actual transfer news. What do you guys think of all this transfer news? Because there's been so much transfer news. I don't believe anything anymore. I don't believe anything anymore. It genuinely baffles me how any of this stuff can make sense anymore. You don't need to queue up. It's absolute BS. Majority of the stuff doesn't make sense. Now, first thing, you're gonna be pissed off, people. You're gonna be pissed off. The first news is about Lacazette. Has Lacazette earned a contract extension now? Has Lacazette earned a contract extension? No. I think he hasn't earned a contract extension. I think we need to still keep our guns to ourselves and make sure we don't sell him. That's what I think. I think we need to stop this whole thing about Lacazette. And everyone on Facebook, the video is ending on Facebook. Come join us on YouTube for the rest of the video. All right. So yeah. Now, I think Lacazette is definitely has not earned a contract extension. We should not give him a contract extension, and he needs to end up getting sold in the summer for somebody who's a little bit better, right? Arsenal need to find an alternative summer transfer target if Odegaard is unable to be signed. That is true. Who are we going to go for? I don't want to hear none of this Jesse Lingard talk. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear anything in regards to Jesse Lingard talk. That's ridiculous. That's absolute BS in my opinion. Makes no sense. Here's something that you guys didn't know probably. Arsenal apparently are in for this midfielder. Never heard of him. I'll look up his numbers right now. I'll look up where he plays, what he does. He's a midfielder who plays in the Serie A for the club called Sassuolo. He is, what type of profile player is he? Let's go on Transfermarkt. Let's see what kind of player he is. So this is the player. Why is it not coming up? Okay, so this is who he is. This is the player that we're apparently being linked to. Where's that sound coming from? This sounds, oh man, this thing's playing videos. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, so this is a defensive central midfielder worth 35 million pounds. He's played majority of his games in the center midfield, and you know what? I don't know much about him. I've never heard of him, but this is apparently the guy that we're looking after and we're trying to get. He's 23 years old. He has scope to grow, and this is just another one of those guys that Arsenal are interested in. Have you guys heard of him? Have you guys ever heard of him? I've never personally heard of him. I don't know who he is. But we'll see. We'll see if there's any truth to these rumors. I don't really do transfer news anymore because I feel like a lot of the transfer news, you can't believe it. But yeah. Next, Achraf Hakimi. Achraf Hakimi. If you guys have heard, Achraf Hakimi to Arsenal is a massive story that has been going on for a while now. Achraf Hakimi speaks out on Inter Milan future and Arsenal speculative transfer, and he specifically says he plays down the fact that he would be interested in leaving the club, and he sees Antonio Conte as a big brother, and he wants to stay at Inter Milan. He's focused at what's going on at Inter Milan. He's fully focused there, and he's very happy in the San Siro. And they're currently in a title race in the Serie A. So he does not see a reason to be leaving at this moment in time. Right. So that is that story. Then you have another story where Arsenal are after what's his name? Andre Silva is a Portuguese striker who's currently playing in Frankfurt, and he's putting up numbers. Like, he's putting up numbers left, right, center. He already has 23 goals in the league this season for Frankfurt in 27 games, and the man is just a man on fire this season. He's a man on fire. He's possessed this season with the amount of goals that he scored in the Bundesliga. And they're saying that he has a release clause. They're saying he has a release clause of like 20 something million. So if this man has a release clause and we could possibly get him for 22 million, why the hell wouldn't we? Why is it showing me Football Manager stuff? Okay, yeah. So this is a man who's killing it in the Bundesliga this season, and they're saying Arsenal could get him for such a cheap price of 25 million because apparently he has a reported sell clause of 25 million. So that is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. I didn't know he had that kind of situation going on over there. He's playing quite well over there in the Bundesliga. So we'll see what happens. Pass, he will flop. Interesting. You seem adamant that he will flop. Now, in other news, if you guys haven't heard about what's going on with Emi Buendia, I don't know if Arsenal is still in for Emi Buendia. I don't know if we're still in for him, but what's going on with Buendia right now is his team have just been promoted. They've been promoted to the Premier League, and rumors say that he is being touted by the likes of Arsenal and 3 Serie A clubs three La Liga clubs are interested in him, right? So there's 3 La Liga clubs interested in the Argentinian plus ourselves. And after speaking to somebody that's well known with the Craven Cottage man, you know what I say Craven Cottage with the guy from Norwich, Buendia, someone who knows him closely, has said all the links of these 3 clubs might be as strong as the Arsenal link, and it could possibly be that he stays now that they've been promoted. But since he did already want to move in the future, they could force a move in the summer to get some money in order to replenish that team. It could work out that way, but we don't know. We don't know yet. These are all just rumors. These rumors come and go every single day. We're not 100% sure by these rumors. One thing I can tell you is this is why I don't do transfer news stories anymore, because honestly, they just come and go every single week. But yeah, guys, I'm out of here. That's been the news for today. That's been the preview for the Arsenal Fulham game. Quickly, guys, give me your score predictions for the game. What do you guys think is going to happen? How do you guys think it's going to go? Give me your score predictions. Do you think Arsenal's going to win? Do you think we're going to lose? It could go either way. I think there's no way we can lose to Fulham. We're going to beat them convincingly, in my opinion. Probably going to be, I'll probably say 4-1. We'll probably score 4 goals, probably win 4-1. I think Fulham are a team that we can get at. We can get at them defensively. And if Lookman's not playing, it's going to be a convincing win. But what are you guys saying? So 3-1 for JMM, 2-0 Arsenal for Dope Man CFC. Yo, have I made you a mod yet? One second. Let me check if he's a moderator yet. Where is it? Yeah, he is a moderator. And then anyone else? Score predictions, guys? No score predictions? You guys are all done? Okay. Anyways, have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. And you know what? I'll be back with another video tomorrow. It will be the live stream and live watch along. You guys already know what it is. And have yourselves a wonderful day. There's been enough news for one day. And hey, remember, you got a lot of nice football to watch today. But yeah, 1:30. I think the game is tomorrow, so we'll be starting at 1 o'clock for the live stream. But have yourselves a wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of here. Peace. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, ladies and gentlemen. EGTV, you already know. And if you're on your phone, it's even easier. Press that like button for me. And you know what? Subscribe while you're still here.